Tractor-trailer collisions, tractor-trailer accidents are very common. They happen every day on the roadways. Our roadways now are a lot less safe than they have been in the past as a result of a number of different things. Injuries from a tractor-trailer accident or a tractor-trailer collision changes lives in a number of different ways. People usually suffer very severe injuries. Sometimes they suffer injuries they don't realize they have, and by that I mean traumatic brain injuries, where things change, their memory is off, they become forgetful, their balance is off, they have problems sleeping, they have problems concentrating. Certain light will cause headaches or irritation. Certain sounds will cause irritation. Those are the less obvious ways that people are injured and are affected by tractor-trailer collisions. The more obvious ways are internal injuries, broken arms, fractured spines, or fractured vertebrae, sometimes severed spines. And then there are also situations, many times, where people are killed in tractor-trailer collisions. And in those situations, we're not just representing, or we're not representing the people killed, we're representing the family members or the beneficiaries of those who have been killed. It's extremely important to act fast when it comes to a tractor-trailer collision. I know that when someone's involved in a tractor-trailer collision, they're hurt, usually in the hospital, but their family members should reach out to an attorney who is experienced in the area working with tractor-trailer cases as soon as possible, because you have to preserve certain evidence. When people come to us with tractor-trailer accidents, we get investigators out as soon as possible. We get investigators to go out and surveil the scene. We get investigators to go out and talk to people, talk to witnesses. We get engineers out on the scene. We have the truck that's involved in the collision inspected by experts. We take steps to preserve records, whether those records are in the hands of private individuals, the driver, the company that hired the driver, someone who works with the driver who's not necessarily the employer, and perhaps even law enforcement. There are a number of different factors that we consider, that we look into when investigating tractor-trailer collisions. Some of those are who was driving the vehicle, what that person's state of mind was. Was the person well rested? Was the person working another job? Did the person have a history of driving fast or a history of some sort of traffic infractions? We look at the corporation, the company that the driver works for. We want to know what those other drivers have done in the past. Does this company have a history of hiring bad drivers, of hiring drivers who are negligent? Does this company have a history of keeping 2 sets of driver's logs for the drivers? An official set and a set that's not official, where sometimes drivers drive more hours than they're supposed to be driving on the roadways. I've been handling tractor-trailer collision cases since I began practicing law in 1998. These are cases that can be difficult. They're not cases for the typical lawyer who handles only auto accidents involving cars. There are so many more things that are involved in handling a tractor-trailer collision case that the average person really doesn't appreciate it. And I wouldn't expect the average person to know. But when handling a tractor-trailer case, the lawyer has to be abreast of the codes and regulations that affect the handling of the case, such as the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations, sort of the Bible when it comes to operating commercial motor vehicles, whether it's a tractor-trailer or a work van, or some other vehicle based on its weight, size, and whether or not it involved or is involved in certain type of work is considered a commercial motor vehicle. Our past clients and our current clients would say that Osborne Law Firm is a firm that cares. The lawyers, the paralegals, those who call and speak with you about your case on a daily basis or a regular basis care about your case. At Osborne Law Firm, we think it's very important to maintain good communication with our clients, and our clients call us. Typically, we're available when they call. If we're not available right then we try to get back in contact with them with a very short period of time. We try to keep our clients always on top of what's going on. We try to keep them current of what's happening in their cases. We understand that for almost each one of our clients, their case is the most important thing, or one of the most important things in their lives. We respect that, we appreciate that, and we work hard to deliver. Osborne Law Firm is a small law firm that handles personal injury cases. And there are a number of advantages to having a small law firm represent you versus having a large law firm represent you. With Osborne Law Firm, you don't get lost in the system. We know who you are. Typically, our clients know each and every one of us. If you call and you can't reach me at the office, then you can speak with one of the paralegals or someone else in the office who can help you or answer your questions. Our goal is to make our clients happy, to keep a close personal relationship, and to excel in representing our clients so that in the future they can perhaps refer us other people who they think might be able to use our assistance. I am licensed to practice law in 5 different jurisdictions. My office primarily is located in North Carolina, where I practice, but I also have a law license to practice in the state of Maryland, Washington, D.C., South Carolina, and Georgia. During your initial consultation for a wreck or an accident involving a tractor-trailer, you can expect to sit down with one of the members of the staff or communicate over the telephone. Information that we will need to begin the process of investigating your claim or setting up your claim, and then having our investigators go out to the scene. We'll usually want to know some of the personal information you have, if it's you that's involved, your injuries, where you've been treated, where the collision occurred, why the collision occurred, as to the best of your understanding. And then what we'll usually do is get a fee agreement signed after investigating the matter and getting authorizations, the different types of authorizations signed that will allow us to get certain information and to try to preserve evidence that may be very valuable when it comes to trying to settle your claim or moving forward with a lawsuit.